Here's your puzzle of the week, and the position is taken from a blitz game, an online blitz game between Molina and Korobov, played in one of the chess.com titled Tuesday tournaments. So it's white to play and win. Now, this has quite an extraordinary solution. And if you get this, well, many congratulations. White came very close to getting it, but messed up in the end. But I'm certainly not casting aspersions because this is incredibly difficult. I think when you know that there is a win here for white, then you have a chance to get it. I mean, trial and error will get you a very long way, should get you to the finish. But it's quite deep and certainly not easy. One problem that white has is that black is very active. And if you get it wrong, then it'll be black's turn. And of course, don't forget the queen is threatened as well. Maybe I should just take you through from the beginning because it's a very tricky line actually. So d4 opening, d5, an exchange queen's gambit, so all very normal. e3, h6, and white of course keeps the bishop. Now Korobov plays bishop f5. So this is a very ambitious move, seizing this diagonal, and really the only good way for white to exploit this is to play queen f3. And then when the bishop retreats, you exchange here, and this endgame is a bit better for white, basically. But here Korobov plays queen b6. Now that's good for a blitz game. It's not a good move, but it's unbelievably sharp, and it's just so difficult to work out these complications when you have so little time. So queen takes bishop, Molina accepts the sacrifice, queen b2. Now rook and knight are threatened. The queen plunges in, queen c8 check, king e7, rook b1. So black takes the knight with check. Now for the moment there are no more checks. So that's when g5 comes. Bishop retreats and then knight e4, threatening queen d2 mate. Knight f3 covers d2. Bishop g7 threatens the queen, and this is the position I left you with. So white to play and win. So first of all, I should mention that queen takes b7 check can be met by knight d7, and black is better. The rooks are connected. The queen and knight are very active, and white has problems. The correct move is rook takes b7 check. So that forces the king up the board. So this turns into a king hunt, basically. Bishop e5 check. You've got to keep going on. I mean, if the queen retreats, then, well, black has at least a draw, basically, with this. But bishop e5 check is correct. King g6. Okay, here is the crunch move. How do you play from here? So if queen c7, then just rook f8, and black should be winning that position. But the correct move is knight h4 check. So this keeps things rolling on. If the king goes back, then queen f5 check will lead to mate. And if king h5, then the bishop checks, and that's straightforward. So basically after knight h4, pawn takes knight. Molina got this far in the game, in this blitz game, and now messed up. So what's the move? Well, Molina played queen g4, and that's not correct. Black is defending after knight g5. And yeah, he won the game. But if we come back to this position, the correct move is queen e6 check. And this is winning by force. Well, first of all, we need to look at what happens if the queen is taken. So pawn takes queen. Rook takes bishop check. King h5 allows bishop e2 mate. So king f5. Now g4. That has to be taken en passant. And then bishop h3 mate. Beautiful. Okay, so what about f6? A check, and actually it's rather similar here. And bishop h3. And queen g4 mate. And finally, if bishop f6, queen check, king g5. Check. Once again, g4 is the move. The king has to step up. And now we can lure the king to its doom. Quickest way to do it is f3, takes, queen h5, queen e2 mate. There we are, very nice. And that's about it. I mean, there are a few other variations, but you get the idea. So just going back to the start, let's just give the win very cleanly. Rook b7, king f6, bishop e5, knight h4, takes, queen e6 check, and that leads to mate. Well, fantastic stuff. If you want to see that whole game, then do click through to the link. You can see how white messed up in the game, but also you might be interested in that very tricky opening. Thanks for watching.